Hey, it's your girl Chi, and welcome to a hot serving of your daily tea with Chi. I'm good. I hope you are too, because this is our very first episode. So thank you so much for joining us at the very beginning of this tumultuous affair. Entertainment blogs are grossly underrepresented in South Africa, but worry not, because we're here and we got all the tea, the shade, and the juice. So just sit back, relax, and grab a cup. On today's blog, we'll be covering a number of scandals. As we know, our beautiful South Africa never has a shortage of such. Namely though, we'll be covering Dr. Malinga, his recent appearance on a certain podcast, and how people are now saying he's ungrateful. We also dip into the world of sports. The rugby faculty has blessed us with some tea in the form of fly half Elton Jantjies, apparently cheating on his wife with a team dietitian, Zinat Simji. His subsequent denial of the raunchy affair.
I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
And then the apology for the raunchy affair that did not happen. Seriously, you can't make this stuff up. And you don't have to. The grapevine is in your living room, baby. So let's get into it. Dr. Malinga burst into the music scene in 2014 and was just releasing hit after hit, winning multiple awards and making him a well-known and highly paid musician in the years thereafter. But things have not always been on the up and up for him, as this year, the taxman has decided to rain on his entire parade by demanding that Dr. Malinga pay back 500,000 rands that he owes to the South African Revenue Service. 2 weeks back, Dr. Malinga then appeared on an interview on Podcast and Chill with Mac G to talk about his life. So heartbroken by all these events that have befallen him, Dr. Malinga, who at the height of his career launched charity drives donating school shoes to the underprivileged, food parcels, sanitary towels, and at one point tapped out a family whose home had burnt down, broke down and cried on screen when he was detailing his financial troubles. Guys, it was so sad, especially since we all know him as the super bubbly, motivational, and happy character. He said what broke his heart the most was how when things were good for him, he had people's backs. But when it was time for him to be on his knees, no one even checked up on him. That's when he appeared on the podcast and made it known that he owes SARS over 500K. The Ungrateful singer revealed how SARS had wiped his home clean and auctioned his furniture and belongings worth 500K besides the amount that he owes to SARS. So Dr. Malinga says he reached out for help from colleagues and to the Arts and Culture Minister, Natim Tetwa. Child, don't even let Bonang hear about this because she can't stand the dude. But nobody could assist. Great thing though is that he didn't have to stay in despair for long, because after the broadcasting of that podcast, a number of celebrities came out looking to offer him some help. It's said that celebrities such as Black Coffee or Skido and Julius Malema pulled up with their hearts in their wallets, as well as Makadzi, by securing a booking to perform and get a bag with her. Social media users have since accused the entertainer of being ungrateful after he took to the streets of the socials to clarify that DJ Black Coffee had not donated 500,000 rands and that the people should not be misled, ending off his tweet with a quick quip, "Thanks, bye." And in other but similar news, this reaching out method seems to be a trend, as veteran actor Vusi Tanda, who we all pretty much grew up with watching on Mzini Wezinsizwa, talking about,
as far as I am concerned,
took to social media to appeal and plead with the public for their support with his financial woes. Mr. Tanda claims to have been owing 45,000 rands in rent. He also claims to have been shortchanged by the SABC and that the broadcasting giant owes him money. Now people again came out in scores with their banking apps and sent donations to the actor to settle his outstanding rent. The contributions accumulated to an impressive 100,000 rands, which the actor has since thanked the public for, but also encouraged the public to continue sending donations. I'm giving a major side eye to that, no lie. However, recently the SABC has shot back at the allegations made by Mr. Tanda, claiming that they owe the veteran actor nothing, as well as highlighting that he was being paid for all the repeats and three-peats that we've had to stomach all these years. And with the SABC allegedly not being particularly known for being generous with their remuneration, We're gonna have to see some receipts, please. And moving on, woo, sheesh, and yikes is all I've got to say for Springbok fly half Elton Jantjies. He's really hard at work because not only was he involved in one but two scandals just this year. And you know South Africa is super touchy about our beloved boys in green and gold, so hearing about his latest scandal definitely caused a lot of shock in the country. So the latest scandal our dear my E, Mr. You've Gotta Take It Easy, gives us comes from the national Springboks traveling to Argentina last month for a test match against New Zealand. Allegedly, the married Elton Jantjies and the team dietitian Zinat Simji have been having a steamy affair. So they allegedly decided to go to another hotel for a couple of days, enjoying each other uninterrupted. Well, apparently the pair couldn't even afford the guests of the hotel the same liberty because they interrupted hotel guests with their screaming matches and apparently some loud noises from their room. Discretion was clearly not a big deal for our Boki, as he still managed to mimic a mini Bonnie and Clyde situation by making a getaway and not settling their 26,000 Rand bill at the second hotel that the pair decided to stay at. Bro, everything he did was the opposite of discreet. And his bill was only settled after a complaint was made to Saru by hotel management. No man, Elton? Jantjies and Simji was subsequently sent back to South Africa while the rest of the team continued and stayed on for preparations for the test match. A Saru statement read, "No team protocols were breached, but the individuals are returning to South Africa to attend to these personal reports and to eliminate any distractions to the team's preparations." Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is the second scandal Elton Jantjies has been involved in this year because in May, he was accused of harassing an air steward on a long-haul flight from Dubai to Johannesburg and also damaging airline property. Jantjies was then arrested and charged with malicious damage to property and the contravention of the Civil Aviation Act when he touched down at OR Tambo International Airport in Johannesburg. He later appeared in Kempton Park's Magistrates Court and was released on 1,000 Rand bail. The charges were later dropped by the NPA after an agreement was reached for the player to pay for the damages caused on the flight. He's doing too much. And that marks the end of our very first cup of your daily tea with Chi. You've been amazing for sticking around. Do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button, click the bell for notifications on our next post, and make sure you follow us on social media. Have yourself a fabulous day. I'll be back super soon with our next video. See you then.